Welcome back. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at Class Dojo. Class Dojo is a communication app that can be used in any level classroom. It connects parents, teachers, and students who share photos, videos, and even send messages throughout the entire school day. Teachers can track student behavior and upload points based on how they're doing in school. This gamification style teaches developmental skills through real-time feedback. We use Class Dojo to work together as a team to share what's going on in our classrooms. Next up is Mrs. Smith, who's going to teach you all about the Class Dojo Toolkit.
That Class Dojo is such a great tool for us to use in our classroom for a million different reasons. I use it in here in the library without my own class. I pulled this up. This is my classroom last year. And I pulled the class up so you could see some of the things that you can do in your classroom with this class. Down here on the bottom of the screen, there's a little grid or a waffle called your toolkit. This is where you're going to find all of these tools. So if you click on that toolkit, this is what comes up. And I want to show you just three things today. I want to show you the timer, I want to show you random, and I want to show you the group maker. Honestly, the group maker when I was a classroom teacher is what I used the most. Because you know how it is when you group your students. I don't want to be with this one. I don't like working with that one. You can just throw up your hands and say, well, that's what Dojo said. Nothing I can do about it. When really you can change it if you want to. Don't tell them. So I'm going to start with the timer. I use this in library when the kids come in. When they come into the library, I've moved things around. They have 10 minutes to get books. And then they sit and we start the lesson. We don't do it at the end anymore. I don't like the chaos. So I like having a structure, and it actually makes their book selection much more efficient. So if you click this timer button, it's as simple as it gets. You can choose any one of these intervals. I obviously, like I said, start with 10 minutes, or you can select a time that works for you. When you select it, this comes up. Simple as that. And then when it is all done, it just turns red and it says time's up. And I find that it's bright, it's not jarring on their eyes, it's easy for them to see, and I like having the visual for them as well. They'll be over in the back of the library and they'll say, oh, I see that we have, 5 minutes to go. So I like that. Random is just this. Oh. It picks any student at random. If you're using Dojo on your phones, which I would do in the beginning of the year if we were walking in lines and trying to keep them quiet in the hallway, you could do it on your phones as well. I would use this almost exclusively for mystery walker. So if you're trying to teach them, to be quiet in the hallway, this will allow you to pick a student completely at random. And then, like it says down the bottom, pick again, you can do it again. And it'll pick any student completely at random. The other thing I wanted to show you, which like I told you, I think, at least for me as a classroom teacher, it's going to take me a minute to get back here. At least for me as a classroom teacher, I found this to be the most essential thing that I used is the grouping. Let me get back to my class here. Do y'all love my new projector? Yeah. You can actually see what I'm showing you today. I'm so excited. So the group maker. I love this, and let me show you why. First of all, you can group kids in any group you want, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. But here's the part that I think is the best for us as teachers, and it's these 3 words right here. Don't group together. So if you have students that don't work well together, that maybe aren't the best working partners, you can click that and choose who you want to work in a group. You can see I have some pre-set up from my class last year for various reasons. Students that maybe didn't work really well together or spend a little too much time together and you wanted to separate. So whenever I did a grouping, these kids were never in the same group. So if I wanted to put them in groups of, say, 3, you just click 3 and there you go. And it comes up like that. It automatically groups it for you. And like I said, for me, I felt as a classroom teacher, this worked best because how many times do you hear, I don't want to work with that person. I don't want to be in a group with that person. You can just say, well, that's what Dojo said. Nothing I can do about it. Get to work. So this is just some tools that are really, I think, valuable for us as teachers. There's a lot of other ones too, and I'll be happy to, if you're interested, go over them with you. Think, Pair, Share is fun. You can put up a question of the day if you wanted to. You can write your own. That's in Think, Pair, Share. Obviously, that's a good one for today. And let's see what else. There's so many things in Dojo. Today, I know in Pinewood they do a lot of slides. Here's here's your schedule for the morning. My only issue with this is it doesn't save. So if you were doing it every year, you'd have to recreate it. But you can put a daily announcement in here, and then if it says start now, it'll show up on your screen. Let's see. I just typed hi. If you start now, it'll show up on your screen like that, which is a nice thing to do. And then one that the kids always enjoyed is the music. Just some quiet, I have the volume off, of course. Just some quiet music for you to listen to while they're working. You will find it just plays the same tune repeatedly, but it's nice and soothing, and it really does become background music. And then the noise meter is another good one too. I don't have a microphone, but you do, and you can set a volume level, and it will show if they're getting too high or too quiet. So this is Dojo. I have used it for years. I love it. I'm a huge proponent of it. In the library, I primarily, like I said, use it for the timer, but I am more than happy if any of you have questions. I'll happy to answer them for you, and I know Erin, as our school mentor, will be as well. And now I'm going to turn the floor over to you, Sharon.
Thank you. I'm in shock at all the things that you just shared. I'm totally in shock.
Thank you guys again so much for watching, and don't forget, work hard, play hard. We'll see you guys next time.